Okay, day 146, the Awan Brotherhood. Let's go to Luke Rosiak, kind of the hero of the Daily Caller, and also Chernovich. Mike Chernovich kind of lashed out at me, I hear. I haven't seen the quote yet, but basically saying I'm chemtrails. So, Mike, here's your opportunity to say where I go wrong. This story is built on Hillary working with Muslim Brotherhood to topple Libya and Libya and Syria. That's Zero Footprint and Timber Sycamore. Let me know if you don't accept that. Let me know if you don't think Atpur did the training of the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. Also with the Awans here, I assume you agree that the four of them worked in Congress and two of them were the wives also, and they had top secret access, and they were all foreign nationals from Pakistan. So if you don't agree with any of that, just let me know. If you don't think McCabe has done wiretaps before for Hillary for the last 20 years, maybe we can argue about that. I can have you talk to Sibel Edmonds and a couple other FBI whistleblowers, but we can argue about that later. But let me see if you argue with any of these facts. The 650,000 emails that McCabe is in charge of Huma's server, and he's in charge of Hillary's server investigation. He hasn't released the metadata yet. He says it's going to take 5 years. He took 675 from Terry McAuliffe to his wife. He didn't disclose it or call Catherine Herridge at Fox if that's not true. If he didn't say this, I hate Trump in front of a whole bunch of folks, and F Flynn and F Trump, better give the guys who wrote those articles a call at True Pundit. If Kallstrom didn't say this, his assistant, no grand jury, no subpoenas, having all the conspirators interview together, immunity for all the co-conspirators. These are just crazy things the FBI never does. So anyway, I don't think you can argue with me on that. Let's go to the Awans. Do you agree that these three Awan brothers are their names? Do you agree that they were paid as much as they possibly could be paid in Congress at $160K a year, this 3 times or 2.5 times the normal pay rate in Congress? Do you think that's an anomaly? Do you think those are not the people that contributed money? So, do you agree or disagree that they started this company called Nanoset Technologies? Do you disagree that let's just get the basics first. These are their wives. Do you agree that they had these 2 car companies, one in Falls Church, one down here, and that the car companies had horrible record keeping, and there was a lot of money going back and forth between known terrorists and the car companies, and they also had a mortgage company, which is unusual for people who are employed at the maximum rate full-time in Congress. Further reporting, do you agree that there was an external server? Do you agree that their people they represented were on the 3 most important committees in Congress in terms of Intel, House Permanent Select Committee, Andre Carson, Homeland Security, Andre Carson, just an example, Foreign Affairs? Do you agree that they got White House visas? Do you agree that Omar went to the White House to arrange visas? So we can argue about that. Do you agree that there was things taken and a criminal investigation for theft? It looks like the word theft to me, so that's where I went with that. New York Post, again, not a chemtrail, I don't think. There was 31 Democrats right here. I've got their pictures. There's 20 burglaries. Again, this has been reported in a lot of different places. I see Luke Rosiak also increased it to $5 million. I have been saying $5 million for a while, but I think he added up all the money they've received. So if that's wrong, let me know. Did Jackie Spear ask for top secret clearance for them or not? Is this congressional letterhead? Is this Debbie Wasserman Schultz? Did she have a WikiLeaks email that said her iPad was in the hands of Imran Awan, and he had the password? And is that not alleged criminal theft? I don't know. Again, that's not my reporting. A couple of other things. There's a CIA guy saying, yes, they hack. They do covert action. That's Louis Gomer saying he's circulating a thing to investigate the Awans. There is suspicion of the Awans. There's the House probe. Paul Ryan thinks there's an investigation. There is a hack of 33 million soldiers after they left. There is an ISIS guy out there that had a kill list for the families of the military personnel. I believe that information included military personnel. Have we not been in a war with Pakistan? Have we not had drone strikes there? Did we not get Osama bin Laden out of there? Is there not radical Islamic terrorism in Pakistan? Who knows? Is this not a tie? Is Al-Attar not a tie to Hezbollah, like the title of the article says? Did this doctor not do $2.3 million in fake billing and get his license suspended, then revoked? Did he not have ties with Wolfowitz? You know, that's another question. Okay, so is this not Imran Khan of Lorton, Virginia? Maybe there's a second one. I could have made a mistake there. Did their stepmother not say they imprisoned him, hacked her cell phone, and then fled to Pakistan once she called the police? And her father, we can't seem to find his funeral arrangements. It's to another person. The URL doesn't work. Did Pakistani ISI not create PSP? Did the CIA not help ISI create PSP? If they did, then just let me know. Were they not trained by DynCorp? So if this is his website, why is he putting this police officer from ISI on the website? Why is he talking about radical jihad and radical clerics on his website? Is this not his ticket that he put on his site for a train ticket to Lahore, where he lives, on 27th of January? Maybe it isn't. Operation New Dawn 2001 Corporation, if he's not involved in that with this Bangladeshi doctor, then let me know. If that's not Nanosat Technologies' business address, let me know. Is Nanosat not also a science conference that's every year held in Lahore, Lahore, Pakistan? Do they not? Wouldn't it be a perfect bazaar to sell U.S. secrets? Hillary has sold secrets before. The 5 Chinese hackers, the F-13, or excuse me, the F-35, excuse me, the J-31 that became the J-31 in China. Could she not be selling the technology through ISI? Is there not a liaison loophole where the CIA could work that through ISI to sell our technology? I don't know. That is working theory. I will admit that, but you know, there is a Nanosat conference every year. They do invite people from all over the world, and it would be a great place to sell data sets. It's also on Defense Road, that institute, so it's been connected with ISI for a long time. If Mohammed Hunsla, hacker from the ISI, didn't come here as a cell phone expert and work for Lightbridge Communications, let me know. If they didn't contract for Defense Information Agency, DISA, let me know. If DISA didn't do Global Information Grid, let me know. But if they don't teach on how to hack the whole spectrum, then why does Hillary have the Joint Spectrum Center in Columbus, Ohio, that phone number in her personal phone book? Did not Dennis Kucinich say he got hacked when he was critical of Hillary? I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. If there isn't a case of U.S. versus Amjan Awan, let me know. If he wasn't convicted for 12 years of drug laundering, let me know. If he wasn't associated with BCCI and Mark Rich, let me know. If he didn't have a bank called First American where he laundered the money through from the CIA for the Turkish to Pakistan to Turkey Express, the Midnight Express, whatever you want to call it, let me know. If he wasn't associated with these known criminals, let me know. If this isn't his picture with the other criminals that was made into a movie last year of Infiltrator, let me know. And finally, I go and look at people who have been arrested for that Pakistan to Turkey drug connection that are currently in prison in New York that haven't been prosecuted yet. I look at people like Graham Fuller, who wrote plans to cut the support structure out from countries to prepare for coups. I look at all the stands, all the Tajikistan and all those Kyrgyzstan and so forth that he did. He was very successful, toppling all the stands. He's got, I believe there was Erdogan in Turkey certainly thinks he did the coup in Turkey. He wants to extradite him. I didn't make that up. He has schools all over the United States. A lot of people have written about his contacts in the United States. So I'm just saying that if somebody's done coups all over Central Asia and then tried to coup in their own country to oust their own partner, and they're a known associate of Hillary Clinton, and they've got schools all over the United States that have been accused of radical Islamic teachings, then why wouldn't you mention that? I'm just pattern matching here, Mike. I didn't make these slides, Mike. This is the known gold route. There's another route through here. A lot of people seem to think that those are the same opium routes. I will admit there was a little speculation because Bangladesh used to be a part of Pakistan, and ISI used to run the intelligence services in Bangladesh. They did add that one of the Awan's associates did work for the government over here and establish an air route between the two with Bangladesh Airlines. I'm just looking at, now I will admit that is potentially a speculative piece, so we're going to look into more. But I'm not the director of detectives at New York in NYPD, and I'm not the one who said on the 650,000 emails on human server, child exploitation, perjury, obstruction of justice, money laundering, and pay to play.